Hello and welcome to Mapping Sustainable Solutions with me, Kevin Thatcher. This week we're going to carry on looking at methods for comparing data, this time by looking at correlation and regression. Over the last few sessions we've looked at descriptive statistics, we've looked at data distribution, and then last week we went on to look at how to use t-tests to compare the means of two sets of data. Rather than comparing two sets of data, correlation and regression are methods that explore the relationships between two sets of data. So the learning outcomes for this week. In this lecture, you'll learn how to use two techniques that allow you to explore the relationship between two data sets. You'll gain an understanding of what correlation is and how to use regression techniques. And finally, as with other techniques, you'll learn how to conduct these tests using software. Correlation is an association between quantitative variables. So what that means is that we have two sets of data, both of which are quantitative and from which we have data at all the same points in the data set. Association is usually assumed to be linear. As one variable increases, the other increases or decreases by a fixed amount. We'll see a little bit more of what that means when we look at an example in a minute. How closely the variables are associated is measured by a correlation coefficient. So like with other statistical tests that we've done, so the same as the t-test that we did in the last session, and also other statistical tests that we will look at, it will produce a number that we can use to then quantify what the relationship between the two sets of data is. Now we calculate the correlation coefficient using the following formula. Again, as I've said in previous sessions, don't get too hung up on the maths. It's good to have an understanding of how this is calculated. But when we actually come to calculate this with the data sets we're going to be looking at, we will be using statistical functions in Sheets to be able to do that. So in this particular formula, we can see that R is the correlation coefficient. That's the value we're going to try and calculate and will be the one that allows us to then gain a greater understanding of the relationship between the two data sets. X and Y are obviously the two variables that are being tested, and N is just the number of data points that we've got. So if we take some data for world population in billions from the year 1950 onwards, against carbon dioxide emissions in gigatons, we can have a look to see what the relationship is between the two sets of data. If we plot them up on an XY scatter plot, well then we can start to see that there is perhaps some form of relationship going on there. It looks like, as world population has increased, so carbon dioxide emissions have probably also increased. But if we want to now calculate that, there are a few sort of steps we need to go through first of all. If you remember back to the equation, we needed to have values for x multiplied by y, and also values for x squared and y squared. We also then needed the sum values of those. So what you can see that I've done is I've just basically produced additional columns, and you could do this easily using a spreadsheet. For x, y, so x multiplied by y, value for x squared and for y squared, and then calculated the sum of each of these columns. If we then take the sum values that we've calculated and put them into the equation, this is what we get. If we then calculate that through, we get our R value, which in this case is 0.9904. Now the larger the value, with a maximum value of 1 for R, the stronger the correlation. So we can say, looking at our value there of 0.9904, that there is a very strong correlation between our two sets of data. If you get a low value, or a 0, that indicates that there is no correlation. Negative values, where you get a minus value for R, show a negative correlation. Now what that means in that case is as one variable increases, the other one decreases. And that gives us a negative correlation. But in this case, we can say that there is, with the data that we have, a strong correlation between the increase in world population and increase in the amount of carbon dioxide being emitted. So let's go on now and think a little bit about linear regression. Linear regression, similar to correlation, allows us to compare the relationship between two variables. But with regression, we get to predict values for one variable from the values of another variable. That allows us to plot a line of best fit through the data and to then be able to actually mathematically recreate the relationship between the two variables. So the equation for a straight line on a graph is given by the equation y equals mx plus c. X and y, in this case, are the two variables we're interested in. M is the slope of the line, and c is the intercept. The intercept is where the line goes over the value for 0 on the x-axis. So slope is calculated from the formula m equals r times sy divided by sx. So r is the correlation coefficient, and sy and sx are the standard deviations of the variables, x and y respectively. So if we take our data that we got in the previous data set, our correlation coefficient was 0.9904, and the standard deviations, when we calculated them out, were 10,742.61 divided by 1.854554. That comes out with an m value of 5,736.95. Intercept is calculated using this equation. So intercept equals the mean of y minus the slope times the mean of x. If we put those values in, we get an intercept value of minus 7,809.28. We feed all those in then to the equation of the linear regression line, and it comes out as y equals 5,736.95 times x plus minus 7,809.28. So if we now plot our regression line onto our data, this is an XY scatter plot of the data with the regression line then added. I've done this in Sheets and it's calculated, as you can see at the top there, the equation of the line for us. It comes out with the same results as we did in our calculations. And also an R-squared value, which is a measure of how good the fit is in terms of the regression line between the two sets of data. But we can then go on and use the regression equation to calculate further changes in the data that might be outside of the area of the data that we currently have. So we can ask the question of what would be the level of CO2 emissions if the world population grows to 9 billion people. So we substitute into the y equals mx plus c equation the value 9 for x. That gives us then a value of the y value at that point of 43,823.27. So we can use that then to calculate points based on that modelled relationship between the two data sets. So there we are. If you look at the equation of the line again with the graph in the background, you can see where our data finished before we got to a population of 8 billion, but we would be able to then model that value up to 9 billion using the equation. So look at our learning outcomes for today. You've learned about two techniques that allow you to explore the relationship between data sets. Correlation, that tells us how strong a relationship is or not if there isn't a relationship there. And also regression. Regression seeks to quantify the relationship and model it as a straight line equation. What you're going to go on to do in the tutorial is to look at now how to actually do that using a spreadsheet system.